Hi everyone, it's Michelle. Welcome back. So it's time again for my weekly weight loss update. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about my fitness routine and how I got started working out. A lot of people have asked me to talk about how I got started and that kind of thing. So I thought I would do that a little bit today. I don't have a lot of time today, but I didn't want to miss an update for you guys. It seems like people really enjoy these videos, so I wanted to take the time to make this very quickly for you guys today. So let's talk about the numbers first. Last week when I came to you, I had a total weight loss of 90 pounds. This week, I had a little bit of fluctuation over the second half of the week. So I have been down anywhere between 1.2 pounds and 0.8 pounds. So right around a pound, slightly less than a pound, slightly more than a pound. As of this morning, it's back at 0.8 pounds of weight loss. So we're going to call it 0.8 pounds of weight loss for the week, which, is 80% of a pound. I'll take that any week. Anytime I get a good weight loss, I'll take it. It's not a whole pound, but I'm okay with that, really. I did want to talk about my fluctuation a little bit, though, because it happens. I weigh every day. I firmly believe in weighing every day. It allows you to adjust your sort of food and exercise if you're not seeing the weight loss that you want. You don't get that big disappointment on weigh-in day because you kind of know what's coming, that kind of thing. So I firmly believe in weighing every day. It's not for everybody. It is for me, however. So that's how I know I've been sort of anywhere from down 1.2 to down 0.8. So total weight loss as of this week, 90.8 pounds. We'll take that. I want to get to 95 pounds of weight loss, so 4.2 pounds to go, just a little bit. I'm totally fine with that. We're moving in the right direction, which is really good. So let's talk about working out. I have shared with you in the past that I work out 6 days a week. I think it's really important if you're on a weight loss journey to work out as often as you can. It's going to help the weight loss happen more quickly. It's going to make your body stronger and more healthy more quickly. So it's all very important. Now I will say this. You can read many different studies. Anywhere 70-80% of your weight loss is going to come from what you put in your mouth. So you've got to get the food right first. I honestly believe that. Get the crap out of your diet and get your food right first. And then when you're ready, start adding exercise. Now, don't wait, because just because you don't like exercise, don't wait. The sooner you start incorporating exercise, the faster the weight loss is going to happen. It really, really is. I believe that you have to work out. Now, what I will say about working out is you cannot work off a bad diet in the gym. So don't think I can eat a bunch of crap if I start working out all the time. That's not how it works. The workouts are to increase weight loss, to continue to build muscle, and to make your body healthy. They're not to work off eating bad food. That will never happen. You cannot work out enough to work off a bad diet. So keep that in mind and get your food right first. So let's talk about how I got started. When I first started my weight loss journey, which was, I think it's like 17 months now, maybe 17 months ago, I didn't work out at all. I just worked on the food. I just worked on getting the food right. And I did that for a couple of months, really. I wasn't really I didn't want to have to work out. I knew I was going to have to, but at that point, I wasn't ready. Once I was ready, a couple months in, maybe 3 months in, maybe a little bit longer than that, I decided to start incorporating exercise. And the first thing I did was start walking to get my body used to moving every day. So I walked 6 days a week. I started with a half an hour. Now, if you can't do a half an hour, it's okay. Do what you can do, and then each week, increase it by a few more minutes. I started with a half an hour because I was capable of doing a half an hour, but if you can only do 5 or 10 minutes, start there, and then each week build that up. I think that's really important to get started. Even if you're really, really out of shape, you should get started. I should also say I'm not a fitness expert. I'm not a personal trainer. So you got to find what works for you. And if you are very, very unhealthy or very, very out of shape, you should probably talk to a doctor about what you can and can't do. You can listen to your body, but if you have any old injuries or health problems, you probably should talk to a doctor and not just listen to me. I'm doing what works for me. So I started with walking. I increased that. Over time, I started adding, a little bit of jogging in with my walks. I would try and make it 60 seconds, and then I'd walk again for a few minutes, and then try and run again for 60 seconds. And I eventually built that up over time to where I could actually, run for 45 minutes to an hour. Now, I will tell you that I have always wanted to be a runner, and so it was a goal of mine to be able to do that. You do not need to run or jog to lose weight. You can get just as effective a workout from walking, not strolling. You need to do a fast walk to the point where you can still talk, but you're trying to catch your breath when you're talking. You want to get your heart rate up, get your heart pumping, get your cardiovascular system working, get your muscles working, not just take a stroll. So you want to work up to that. And then start adding in other things. I very quickly added in weight training. Now, I will say that over the last 20 years, I have really longer than that. When I was younger, I was very athletic. I played a lot of sports, that kind of thing. Since then, I have worked out a lot over the years at many different times. I was never this thin because I never committed to a good healthy eating program, but I worked out a lot. I trained with personal trainers for years during that time period. So my muscles were really strong, but I was still overweight because I wasn't committed to changing my food. So when I decided to start adding in weight training, I kind of already knew what I was doing because I had years and years of personal trainers telling me what to do and what my form should be and that kind of thing. And so I think it's really important that you either find a good video to educate you on training your muscles and building your muscles if you've never done that, or find a personal trainer who can help you for a little while. It's very important to do exercises properly to get the results you're trying to get and to not injure yourself. So I do want to say that. So once I was walking every day and running a little bit, I decided to start adding in weight training. I think weight training is critical to success. The more muscle you have on your body, the higher your metabolism, the faster your metabolism is going to be, which means you're much more likely to keep the weight off. You'll get to eat more food because your body is naturally going to burn more calories. A lot of people say, I'm in my 50s, I'm in my 60s, my metabolism has slowed down, there's nothing I can do. The reason your metabolism has slowed down is because you've lost muscle mass. And we lose muscle mass as we get older because we don't use it as much as we used to. So if you add weight training to your workouts, you won't lose that muscle mass. Your metabolism isn't going to naturally slow down. And if you continue to build the muscle on your body, your metabolism is going to speed up, which is what I want mine to do. And so I've been working out 4 days a week with weights to, increase the muscle mass in my body. And now I'm working out with weights to sculpt my arms and shoulders and my legs. Now that they're smaller and you can see my muscles, I want to have really beautiful muscles. Muscles look wonderful on men, but they also look very beautiful on women, in my opinion. And you don't have to worry about lifting weights, making your muscles bulky. That's not going to happen. What it does is tighten them up and pull everything in. It's really hard for a female to build big muscles. And so by weight training, you're not going to naturally build big muscles. They have to be on a very specific eating program with all kinds of supplements and all kinds of crazy things to get big muscles. It's not natural for a woman to have big muscles. When we weight train, our muscles get stronger and tighter. And so what happens is it naturally tightens everything up and pulls it in, and you actually get smaller. You get heavier and smaller. So that's what I've been working on, and I do that 4 days a week. So I have 2 days a week of cardio, and I vary that with all kinds of things. I have a treadmill. I can't get outside right now, but if I could, I'd be outside. I talked about the fitness videos that I do, some of the kickboxing videos that I do, and that kind of thing. I've talked about Tabata training, which is very heavy cardio training. I've talked about high intensity interval training. All of that is great cardio work. And then I weight train 4 days a week. So a couple days of upper body, a couple days of lower body. Fairly recently, I've shifted to very heavy weights, less reps. There's a lot of research that says the heavier you go, the faster your muscles will build. And because women can't build bulky muscles, I'm not afraid of going really heavy. So maybe 6 weeks ago or so, I switched to doing very, very heavy weights with much fewer reps. And I have noticed a really big difference in the shape of my shoulders and arms very, very quickly. So I'm very excited about that. I also noticed when I did that, my weight loss sped up again. So that's always good too. I've noticed that every time I shake up my workout routine, my weight loss speeds up for a month or two. So that's another tip. Keep shifting around your weight loss routine. One of the things I will say is people talk about hitting a plateau and being stuck. I've been at my journey for 17 months and I haven't once hit a plateau. I haven't once gone more than 2 weeks without weight loss. And every time I shift my workout routine, it speeds up. So I believe that for me, that's been the secret to, as soon as you get comfortable in a routine, change it, which is uncomfortable. But one of the things I find is when I'm uncomfortable in a routine, it's harder for me. I have to work harder, which means I burn more calories during my workouts, and it challenges me. So it's new and different, and it's challenging me, so I keep at it. And then once I got it all figured out and things are going really smoothly, I change it again. And I do believe that that's worked really well for me because I haven't had any real plateaus. And even this month so in the month of February, which, I'm very close to the end of my journey, and I will talk more, but I've lost more than 5 pounds already in the month of February alone, and I'm very close to the end of my journey. So that is a lot of weight this close to the end, and I attribute those big shifts in weight loss and those big increases in weight loss to changing up your workout program. So I think it's important to find a workout program that works for you. You've got to find something you enjoy doing, but you also have to keep changing it on a regular basis. I think one of the reasons people get stuck is they keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, and it'll work for several months, but then your body just kind of gets used to it, and you get used to it. And when you're used to it, you don't have to try as hard, and you go, I'm not really losing any more weight anymore. I'm doing the same workouts. I know, but they're easier now, so you're not trying as hard. So keep changing that up. So those are kind of my tips on working out. I think it's important to work out 6 days a week if you can. I think when you're trying to lose weight, more often is better. If you can get 6 days a week of 45 minutes or 40 or 45 minutes, I think that's better than 4 days of an hour because you're going to stimulate your metabolism every day that way. I do believe everybody needs a day off. I take Sundays off. I don't work out on Sundays. That's my day of rest. I think the body needs a day to sort of have a break and recover, and then I notice I'm much stronger on Mondays, so I think it's important to take a day off. I just lost my thought. I don't know where I was going with that, but oh, I know where I was going. I can tell by Friday, Saturday, my body is starting to need a rest. And on Saturdays, I push really hard on Saturdays because I know the next day is a day of rest. But my Saturday is really tough for me because I train so hard and my body is ready for a break. And I do think it's important that we take that break. So keep that in mind. So again, 6 days a week, if you can do it. More often is better than longer, in my opinion, because you can train harder and it'll stimulate your metabolism every day instead of 3 or 4 days. If you are really trying to lose weight and you want the weight to come off quickly, you got to get your 6 days in. For me, people have asked also, do you think it's better to work out in the morning, at night, whatever? I think whenever you can get your workouts in, whenever they work for you, that's the best time for you. I find first thing in the morning works for me. I get up in the morning, I drink a glass of water, I have a cup of coffee, and I hit the gym. my gym downstairs in my house. I don't eat before I work out, but that's a personal thing. If you find you get too lightheaded or whatever and you need to have some food in your stomach, have something light to eat before you work out. I find it's best for me to get it done first thing in the morning. Now, sometimes that means if I have, a 9 o'clock or an 8 o'clock meeting, that means I'm up at 4:30 down there working out. And you have to commit to that. And my husband will say, you're crazy, just work out later. And I'm like, no, I'm getting up and I'm going to get this workout over with so I don't have an excuse to miss it later. So find a time of day that works for you. It does not have to be in the morning. Find a time that you can give yourself every day, a time that's not going to get taken by other commitments and that kind of thing. And that's why I tend to lean to the morning, and I get up extra early. If it means getting up at 4:30 in the morning to get my workout in, I do it. And I know some of you are going to go, oh, really? But you know what? If it means getting up a couple hours early, I don't work out for a couple hours. So, if you're going to get a 45-minute workout in, you need to get up an hour early. If losing an hour, getting up an hour early gets you to the body you want, it's worth that commitment. It's worth not hitting snooze, and it's worth that commitment. You've got to feel like you want it that bad. You have to be relentless about it. I still will say, I do not like working out. It is a negotiation with myself every day to go do it, but it's a promise I made to myself that I would continue to do this, to get the weight off and then to keep it off. So I dislike it very, very much. I'm not one of those people who gets an endorphin high in the middle of my workout and I feel amazing. None of that. But it's that important. It really is. This is the first time in my life where my weight loss has been absolutely consistent. It's been at a pace that isn't disappointing to me. And, I feel really good. I do feel really good. And when I work out, I have more energy later that day. I do. So just try to stick to it for a while and see how good it makes you feel. And I will also say about when you're working out, push yourself. Push yourself harder. You are stronger than you think. So continue to push yourself. We all have off days. Work out anyway. Push yourself that day. You'll feel much better after the workout. And then the next day it'll be better. So, those are my tips. Working out is necessary. You don't have to love it. I don't love it. I hate it. I hate it every day. I do. And I will say that to the bitter end. I hate it every day. But I know it's necessary so that I can look like I do now. So look and feel like I do now. So those are my tips. Hopefully I answered all the questions that people have asked over time about the workouts. If you have any questions, please feel free to post them below and I will try to get back to you. And again, thank you all for all of your support. It's been really wonderful having you support me every week, and I'm just overwhelmed with the response most of the time. It's, I'm excited for me, but to have other people be this excited for me, it really means a ton to me. So that's it for this week. Again, have a happy, healthy week. Do yourself a favor and eat the right things. Hang in there. It's going to do wonderful, wonderful things for your body. And get your workouts in this week. Think of me. I'm down there working out every morning. If that's what it takes, think of me pushing you, pulling you out of bed, telling you to get down there and get your workout in. That's it for today. I hope everybody has a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you all again next week.